Hey guys, it's Murphy's Opinions here, and today I'm coming at you with a brand new video, and today I'm just going to be ranking all the tracks from the Beatles album Help from 1965. Without further ado, let's just get straight into this. I always think that Help is sort of an underrated album anyway. It's definitely one of my personal favourite albums from the Fab Four. I think, it's an album I think gets sort of overlooked because of other sort of classic albums, but I think it's a really strong track list here, and let's get into ranking them. So, at the bottom of the pile, I've gone for Dizzy Miss Lizzy. It's not a bad song. It's definitely one of my more least favorite Beatles tracks. I think it gets a bit repetitive with the sort of the guitar, and Lennon's vocals are great, but I don't know, the song doesn't do that much for me personally. If I'm being honest. Number 13, I've got Act Naturally, which I actually think is a really fun song. I do think it's such a Ringo song. Like, it's not a song written by the Beatles, but it's sort of a cover that I just feel only Ringo could really sing it. I couldn't really imagine anyone else doing it. It's just the song. The song I just think is a real sort of Ringo type song, and he puts a lot of fun into it. And I think it's quite a fun little song. Far from one of my favourite Beatles songs, but I do really like it. I think it's a lot of fun. Coming in at number 12. A song that John Lennon actually, who he wrote and sung this song, but he actually really doesn't like it. He really sort of throws this song away. He thinks it's sort of really terrible. It's Only Love. I do think I like it. I mean, I think it's sort of because the Beatles have done so many great sort of ballads and love songs. I feel like this one gets forgotten about, and it's definitely far from one of the Beatles' best, but it's still a good song, I think. I like the guitar on it as well. I think it's got a really sort of good riff as well. I think it's a nice song. I don't think it's as bad as John Lennon says it. I think it's actually pretty good, but it does sort of, in comparison to the rest of the other songs, not just on the album but in the Beatles catalog, it does sort of fall short, I suppose. Number 11, we've got You Like Me Too Much. Really fun George Harrison song. I'd say this is very underrated. The piano opening, I think, is really good. And one thing I always thought with George, he was kind of writing, even at this time, quite different songs to John and Paul. John and Paul were sort of going for more upbeat love songs. I mean, I know It's Only Love is sort of more mellow, and I think John Lennon did start to write more mellow stuff sort of around this period. But the song that George has gone for here, I really like. It's sort of about someone who's a bit over attached to them, which I think it's a really interesting sort of song to go about, and I think George does it really well. I think it's definitely one of the more underrated George Harrison songs from the Beatles' career. And number 10, we've got Another Girl. This is sort of classic Beatles stuff right here. Rocking guitar riff, sort of upbeat song. I really love it. I think it's great. It works really nicely in the film as well, the film Help. It's just a really fun song, actually. I think it's got a great guitar riff. Just a real fun, bouncy tune. Number 9, we've got Tell Me What You See. A nice bit of nice harmonies here with John and Paul, I think. I really like it. I sort of like the riff as well. I can't remember what instrument it is, and I've really forgotten. It's really going to annoy me, but I'm not going to say what instrument it is in case it's wrong. But it's a really nice sound, really unique sounding. It's quite different to a lot of the other tracks on the album, I think. But I do really like it. I think it's another quite underrated track. At number 8, we have another George Harrison contribution, I Need You, a great sort of mellow love song. Again, great guitar, great harmonies as well, really beautifully written. I think George's vocals on this are great. Another underrated song. I think a lot of the songs on this album I think are very underrated for me personally anyway. And now we get on to number 7, which is You're Going to Lose That Girl. One of the first Beatles songs I actually remember hearing, because I actually remember watching the Beatles film Help before I actually got into the Beatles, and I remember this song quite well. And I really like it, and I still do. I think it's a fantastic song. Great sort of back and forth harmonies between John and then with Paul and George on the sort of backup vocals. I think it's great. Great guitar solo. Great energy, and again, another great example of Lennon's sort of really good songwriting about jealousy. I think it really works on this track. It's a really great song. I always forget how much I love it until I sort of stick it on again. It's a really, really awesome tune, actually. And now at number 6, we've got The Night Before. Again, great fun energy, sort of contradicting the actual what the song's about, sort of being someone changing, and they're not what they're being like what they used to be, and going back to what they were like the night before. I think Paul's vocals on this are great, and again, the sort of harmonies with Paul and John and George, all fantastic. I think it's great. I love the energy in this song. Yeah, definitely one of the most fun and bouncy Beatles songs. At number 5, we've got "I've Just Seen a Face." Great, fast acoustic number from McCartney. Great energy again. Love the acoustic guitar solo. A great sort of upbeat, love at first sight kind of track, and I really love this one. Number 4, we've got "Ticket to Ride," which is sort of a really one of the Beatles' most well-known tracks. Love Ringo's drumming. I think the guitar works brilliant. Again, really a song that kind of reminds me of Day Tripper in a way, sort of about someone. Yeah, I think it's a really great song. I think it's definitely deserving of being one of sort of known as one of the classic Beatles tunes, I think. Number 3, we've got "You've Got to Hide Your Love Away," probably the most underrated track on this album. Great acoustic number, great vocals from Lennon. Really sort of the components of the song. There's not much to it, but it's simple but amazing. I love the flute solo at the end. It's fantastic. It's just such a really simple, beautiful song. I think that deserves more attention. I think. Now we're getting to the top 2. So at number 2, I've gone for "Yesterday," one of the Beatles' most well-known songs. Great acoustic number, great lyrics, great use of strings, and the production from George Martin just fantastic. I think there's just so much been said about the song. It's kind of hard to sort of give new sort of input on it, but it's just a fantastic song. Definitely one of the best, one of my all-time favorite Beatles songs. Now on to number 1. You can probably guess now, but I've gone for the title of the album, title track, "Help." I just think it's a really great song. I love the energy on it. I love the harmonies. Drumming on it's great, and I think the song comes from how John Lennon's emotions. He really felt trapped. He felt isolated and trying to sort of deal with fame and everything. It's a really great song. I love it, and it really rocks as well. Again, when I was younger, it was probably my favorite Beatles song. It's still one of my favorites, but sort of not as far up my list as it used to be right at the top. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to drop the like on the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe to my main channel, follow my Twitter and Ask.fm. And once again, thanks for watching, guys.